All right, welcome back. This is Tech Top episode number 134. Now, if you want to know one of the fastest ways to make new customers ring your phone, then you want to pay attention to this episode of Tech Talk with Dan Harley. So this episode is reviewing the ReachLocal SEM system, recorded October 24th, 2018. And as I mentioned in last episode, episode 133, I'm going to review numerous products and services offered by Prime Concepts or from companies that I completely endorse. So, this episode will cover a service I've represented for many, many years, and I'm very proud of it. And it's also been very successful for many of my clients. For some of my clients, this is their sole source of advertising or marketing because it works incredibly well. So, also an added bonus, if you stick around to the end, I will make an exclusive offer worth hundreds of dollars discount to try the service out. So, anyway, in case you're wondering who I am or new to this Tech Talk here. I'm Dan Harley. I had over 20 years of internet marketing, internet solutions consulting experience. I've helped countless businesses succeed in line with their websites, internet marketing, SEO, social networking, email marketing, a lot more stuff. This YouTube channel and the podcast show and the Facebook channel, stuff like that, is a way to help more businesses succeed on the internet, answer questions, solve some problems, provide some advice and direction to succeed online. You can find all this information, links to the YouTube channel, the podcast show, the Facebook page, and all the good stuff at primeconcepts.net. That's primeconcepts.net. While there, please leave a comment, subscribe to the YouTube channel, podcast show, the Facebook page, all that good stuff. You know the drill. So thanks for doing that, and I greatly appreciate it. Now to the topic. Reviewing the ReachLocal SEO SEM system here. Well, here's the problem here. Search engine is the gateway to getting new customers. One of the gateways to getting new customers from the internet. The problem is it's becoming very, very difficult to master search engine marketing. It's constantly changing. The rules are constantly moving around, stuff like that. So it is not for the faint of heart anymore. Also, it can be very, very expensive. No matter which way, if you don't know what you're doing. So a lot of small and medium-sized businesses, they just simply give up. Okay, they just walk away and said, you know what, this ain't worth it, we do something else. But they watch the competitors take away the market share very quickly. Those who don't know what to do, know how to handle the search engines and stuff like that. So anyway, we're going to kind of go through this ReachLocal system. This has been the solution for a lot of my clients, getting back in that game here and actually succeeding and winning and really bring in a lot of customers for them. So, and make it very simple, easy to do. So anyway, let's talk about a few quick case studies about this. I got one of my best friend's moms. She was a mobile notary, and she didn't have a lot of money. She didn't even have a website, but she wanted to go out there and get some new customers. So we put together a special ReachLocal campaign for her mobile notary business. We use a special landing page ReachLocal provides, and we're able to target a market around where she was wanting to work at, about 10 or 20 miles from her location. And it was very successful, and it was very profitable for many years. She was able to, very small budget, but she was able to turn a positive cash flow out of it. And one thing that we found out after the fact is she wanted to go on vacation, go out of the country, go see her home country for a while, and she's going to be gone for a couple months. And so we were able to pause the campaign while she's on vacation, so she didn't lose any money while all this was going on. So it was pretty cool. Another case study is a Limousine Company, a good friend of mine. He had been working with ReachLocal and other marketing systems for a while with me, and he wanted to test different markets because he had a hunch there was business, more customers that might be a better market for them someplace else. So we set up 3 ReachLocal pay-per-click campaigns in 3 designated areas. We're in Southern California here, so those of you understand where we're at. We targeted an area called Diamond Bar, We target an area called Rancho Cucamonga, and target area where I'm in here locally, the High Desert Victor Valley. Long story short, well, we'll tell you, the Victor Valley area here, the campaign broke even, and they made enough money to cover the cost. The Diamond Bar campaign made a profit, but the ReachLocal, the Rancho Cucamonga campaign was so successful that he moved his whole business down there based on what you just seen there. So so we were able to do that rather economically using ReachLocal. Another case study we look at is a wedding venue. One of my clients from a long time ago. Had been, before I got on board here, they spent tens of thousands of dollars on other advertisement, traditional advertisement, TV, radio, newspaper, local, advertisement, so on and so forth. And they did pretty well doing that. They were able to, keep their coffers full. But decided we need to go online. So amongst other things we did here, rebuilding website. We also did launch a ReachLocal campaign. And the cost of the ReachLocal campaign was really a fraction of what they paid for other type of advertisement. But it quickly became the dominant ad resource. They were getting calls after calls after calls, and it was obvious that ReachLocal was working. And these the money they're spending in other stuff, phone book ads, radio spots, TV ads, newspaper ads, it just wasn't panning out as much as ReachLocal was. So they really canceled everything. A little bit of embarrassment was as I walk into my client's office at the time there. They happened to have the phone book guy there. And he was just my client was kind of laying it out. Said, "See this guy here? He costs less than you, and he makes the phone ring." So I was, oh boy, this isn't good. But he literally he really fired the phone book guy right there on the spot. And facts are facts, and something else here too. We're going to go into. We're going to lots of data we get from ReachLocal. We're going to cover that when we get into the. I'm going to show you the basic online and desktop share on this thing here. Show you a little bit about what ReachLocal could do. So anyway, what is ReachLocal? Probably a good idea to talk about that. Well, in a nutshell, it's an award-winning SEM service, search engine marketing service. ReachLocal has since expanded out to several other services, which we'll cover in other episodes. But their claim to fame is this award-winning search engine marketing service. They did a fantastic job with it. Basically, what they do, they manage pay-per-click ad campaigns on all the major search engines, Google, Bing, and the super pages, so on and so forth. They've also been doing this for a long time. Okay, they deal with all the search engines for one platform. They've been a Google partner for many, many years. Bing partner for many, many years. In fact, at one time, ReachLocal was one of the top ad buyers for both services. So they've been doing a long time. They get a very solid reputation. What makes it significantly different from other types of similar services? They have a patented system where they have what's called response-based optimization. What this means is, in simple terms, the campaign optimizes on phone calls and emails and forwards messages. Basically, when people contact the client, the prospect, the advertiser, instead of just simply traffic, we're optimizing on actual phone calls and actual contacts. So what that does, it makes the campaigns extremely efficient. Okay, rather than just simply throw traffic at a website, you're actually concentrating on phone calls and emails and stuff like that. So it basically you get more phone calls and less wasted traffic. So also because ReachLocal been doing this for a long time and working with many thousands and thousands of small businesses and medium-sized business out there, they have already have history with just about any type of business out there, any type of local regional business out there. So they're able to come up, if you have a brand new campaign, they're able to start targeting hundreds of search terms based on similar business profiles and similar area of operation. So, what makes a difference here is the AI system. I have a artificial intelligence system that learns how to do everything better. Okay, it optimizes on the search terms that basically make the phone ring. Okay, so I'm gonna toss a couple let's say technical terms at you, advertising terms at you. Okay, there was something called SEO conversion ratios. Okay, this is how you determine what is a good SEO campaign or a bad SEO campaign. Ideally, a good visitor conversion ratio, basically a visitor coming to a website, making a phone call, send an email, send a response. A good SEO campaign is around 3 to 5%. So that means you after every 35 or 20 to 35 visitors, you're going to get a call, get a response, so on and so forth. That's pretty good. Okay. The difference with ReachLocal is because of the optimization system, they can reach over 10%. And sometimes I got clients that do 30%. So that means you have fewer bounce traffic and more direct phone calls from the traffic you're getting. So what that means that is the cost per contact is a really important thing, and that's what makes it more economical to do systems, do it this way rather than just simply throw traffic at a website. So it basically, like I say, if you don't understand what cost per contact is basically what it costs for a prospect to call you. And this actually varies between business to business. So some examples here is, as for example, the mobile notary we're talking about. It's about $10 per contact when we worked the ReachLocal system a while ago here. And then a towing company worked with about $5 per contact. And a glass company about $2.50 per contact. And this wedding venue is talking about $5 per contact. Now, these results aren't guaranteed for every business, all right? But you can see it's different for every type of business. And but the objective overall is to make the cost per contact as cheap as possible. So the cheaper you can get these contacts in, the more the cheaper it is to convert the sale. All right. So anyway, I think right now we're going to go ahead and do the online demonstration. So bear with me just a little bit. We're going to swap systems here. I'm going to move this over here a little bit. And so anyway, let me show you real quick where we're talking about a very, very brief education thing about SEO stuff. I did a really quick Google search on plumber in Apple Valley, which are going to live here. You see the 3 different types of search engine results. Okay, you got what's called the pay-per-click stuff, which is up here. You got the local listings, which is right here. You see this here. Okay, and then you have the organic listings. Okay, and there's basically 3 ways to rank for the same search term. Now, a lot of people say get you the number 1 ranking. How we can get you number 1 ranking in Google or the search engines and stuff like that. And they're saying, but a lot of SEO companies says they can do this, that, number 1 ranking. The big thing here is which one's number 1 rank. Are you going to be number 1 ranking for local listings, number 1 ranking for the organic listings, or number 1 ranking for the pay-per-click stuff? But here's something bluntly here. If you want to be number 1 ranking overall in Google or Bing, whatever, you're going to have to pay for it. Okay, that's why Google's a multi-million-dollar company, because of ads like this. Okay, so that is why services like ReachLocal is so important. All right. So anyway, let me show you. This is one of my clients here. I mentioned to you the wedding venue services here. They've since the owner since retired and sold the property, so on and so forth. So I don't usually reveal my client's information for many reasons. A lot of it's HIPAA compliance. A lot of it is just simply professional courtesy. But I've been given permission to show you this one here. So this Adirondack Gardens, one of their one of the months they were using many, and this is also old data, but it's still fairly relevant to my demonstration here. So you see from and to the budget they spent, the number of impressions, the number time their ad, their link was rotated onto Google, Yahoo, Bing, whatever, number of visits from these impressions, okay, and actual number of phone calls. And like I said, this is what makes ReachLocal different from other type of SEO services, okay, and then emails, so on and so forth. If we can roll down here, you can see we get a lot of detail, daily details of visits and calls and so on and so forth. I can actually go forward here and click on this and actually get to the actual phone calls and recording the phone calls. But we're not going to do that because we're going to kind of reveal people's private information. We don't really need to do that here. But yeah, I think you can see here, we have a lot of really good data that we can work with. And let me show you something else here too. We have data on campaign status. This is something that you actually look at the campaign itself. We can actually have the keyword results. We can actually on the campaign itself, the click-through ratio, above average, click-to-call ratio at 5%. As I mentioned before, a ratio of 3 to 5% is pretty good. So we're just going up just a pretty darn good here. The budget used, average page position, so on and so forth. So this is a pretty good running campaign. And something important here too. I hope I can be able to show you this. Maybe not. This link here goes to a list of keywords. And unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to show you because it's popped up someplace else here. But I got about 100 search terms that with the number of clicks, number of impressions, so on and so forth. So I'm able to use that data for other purposes, such as if I'm going to create an organic SEO campaign. So instead of guessing at words that are going to be for the campaign, I know exactly which terms are generating the traffic for my client. So I can exactly target the search terms here. So it saves a lot of research, a lot of money for my clients, because this data here could easily cost a couple, $500,000, $2,000 just to research it. Now I got data right here. I'd be able to just a click of the button. So anyway, let's go back to the review here. Bear with me. Oops, there we go. So anyway, let's go a little bit further here. Now, all is not pretty with ReachLocal. Certain things don't work, and this is one thing I do with this reviews here. I'm going to show you the good and the bad, okay? One of the downsides with ReachLocal is, like pretty much anything, it's not really guaranteed to work, okay? So I like this program a lot. It's worked for a lot of my clients, but sometimes that doesn't work. One beauty of the system here, it's not a long-term contract with ReachLocal. We can go month to month. So if it doesn't work out in a month, we can turn it off and try something else. And I've done it a lot with some of my clients, okay? So like I say, and that's the beauty of it. We don't have to you don't have to waste a whole lot of money on something that doesn't seem to be working out. Now, here's another problem here too. It can get very expensive. All right, and this is because you're literally paying for the traffic. You're paying Google and Bing, all this stuff, and most of the expense actually goes to Google and Bing and super pages. It doesn't really go to ReachLocal or myself, whatever. So you're actually paying for the traffic. So and this is a blunt thing, unfortunate with when you do pay-per-click advertisement. The more you spend, the better it works. Okay, this is just how it is. We didn't make the rules. That's just how Google works. All right, so. That's why monitoring the cost per contact is so important, and all the data we have is so important, and also the AI system, the way ReachLocal works, everything it is geared up to make these campaigns extremely efficient. Okay. Another problem here we bumped into a few times is these campaigns have to be exclusive. Okay. What this means here is if you are, let's say, I'm going to say a dentist in Apple Valley where I live here, and another dentist, we put you in the ReachLocal program, and another dentist is on the ReachLocal program as well in the same area. They tend to bump into each other, and what they do, they ReachLocal campaigns tend to quickly dominate search terms, and then they fight against each other and cause a bidding war against each other and make a real big mess. So unfortunately, even as great as the program as it is, sometimes, and some of my clients, prospect clients says, we want to do this. Sometimes I got to say no because somebody's already there. So now we offer a free service to check all that stuff out, making sure everything's hunky-dory. All right. So that is what some of the downsides of it. Something I want to add here too. Okay. Because of the client that I mentioned to you that basically dropped everything, all the other traditional advertising. If you're advertising on TV, radio, newspaper, and my apologies for my friends and colleagues that are in these industries, you really want to look ReachLocal because we found out many times that it's much more economical to advertise through ReachLocal in the search engines like this than it is to do traditional advertisement. Okay, cost per contact is much better. Okay. Also, there's tracking recording. Here's something else too, because we know it's much better. The tracking we have, the recording we have at ReachLocal, very much anything internet-based. Okay, it's much better than traditional advertisement. When you do a radio ad or a TV ad, all this stuff, if you're lucky, maybe you have a tracking number, but it's basically a shotgun effect. You're advertising to 300,000 people, but you got no real idea where it came from, other than the fact you advertised to 300,000 people. With ReachLocal, with these other things that you see on the online, on the desktop version, we got a lot of data that comes in. So we're able to use that data and make much more efficient campaigns. So really, if you are, and that said, if a rule of thumb I give my clients, if you're spending around $500 or more for traditional advertisement, you really need to look at the ReachLocal campaign, because we could probably save you a lot of money, okay, and make the phone ring a lot more faster, better, and more efficiently here. So, that said, somebody asked me quite often is the ideal users for ReachLocal. Anybody that's like most local businesses would probably be ideal for this. Those are geo-targeting local areas, such as if you're trying to target a local community like Apple Valley or an area around 5 or 10 or 20 miles around your area where your business is at. The ReachLocal is really designed very well for that. In fact, we can actually target a radius around where your business is at, 5 or 10 or 20 miles, literally that way. Okay, and target the cities, communities, surrounding area. Service-oriented businesses do really well with ReachLocal, like plumbers and electricians, HVAC, hairstylists, stuff like that. This does very well for them. Surprisingly, some medical offices, some medical-related businesses, dentists, optometrists. Dentists are by the way, dentists in the dental field online, just to let you know, extremely competitive. ReachLocal and I've worked with some dental offices here where they have to spend tens of thousands of dollars just to keep up with what's already out there, the competitors. ReachLocal allows us to kind of slide in with much less cost and still make the phone ring. So no, optometrists, other kind of medical office, which you got walk-in stuff. Medical groups is probably a good one to look at. Also urgent cares too. So also, if there is a regional business, for example, you might have several facilities in a certain area, or several offices, or several locations. ReachLocal might be ideal to manage the search engine market for those several locations and actually maximize your regional search engine coverage. So if you have several locations, you're able to set campaigns up accordingly and manage it from one spot. And also maximize the cost per contact. With all this data coming in, you get to manipulate and really make everything really super efficient. Now, national businesses, this is something I found interesting. I'm going to add something else here too that kind of covers all three I just mentioned here. If you have a national business, let's say you have a national chain, whatever, you're going to find working ReachLocal, the system here, it's much easier to manage very large campaigns. We have a lot of stuff under one roof. I'm going to give you some examples here in the next few episodes, as well as a little bit here in the next slide. about ReachLocal, what they can do. So you're able to have a lot of services from one service under one roof that kind of all works together. And a lot of data from one spot, rather than have to go through several different systems to put this data, you have it in one spot, one location. And one means of making everything extremely efficient. So that said, there's other services the ReachLocal provides too. So all this stuff kind of integrates together. A remarketing program where we're able to tag your prospects, your web visitors, and tag them with a cookie and follow them over the internet and remarket advertising to them. Geofencing, where we're able to target people who walk in certain addresses, certain buildings, whatever, and advertise to them. Also local search listings. So where we're able to set up the other part of the SEO that I showed you before, local search engine marketing. So all that stuff is available through ReachLocal, and we're going to cover that in other episodes. So I should mention too what the business that this probably won't work for. Okay, probably the bear with me. I've tried to explain it simply here. The businesses that have low profit per sale, low profit per customer, such as like to say the dollar store, a small item retail, where your average sale is maybe $5 or $10 or $20 per sale, and you need high volume, low cost type of transactions. Restaurants it's marginal. Okay, depends on if you're a fast food type of establishment, taco shop, so on and so forth. Probably not. You really need a little bit higher cost per contact, or profit per transaction, as I call it, and coffee shops, stuff like that. What you really need, because of your expense, it's somewhat out of control because of having paying for advertisement, pay per click advertisement. The higher the profit margin, the better this is going to work, and that's just the way it is. And be blunt with you, okay? Be honest. But however, there's alternative search and marketing, internet marketing services for all these other type of businesses. So, so to let you know about that. So anyway, that said, let's talk about how can we get you in the door if you like all this so far. So the bonus offer I'm going to offer you for sticking around this long and being so excited about it here, I want to give you an opportunity to try ReachLocal, the SEM service at a significant discount. What I'm going to do is, if you've seen this and you like it, mention you've seen this episode here, I'm going to waive the setup fee, which depending on how big the campaign is, between $500 to $1,000. So it could be pretty significant, and it's a lot for me to do this because there's a significant amount of work for me to put this together. That's the reason why there's a setup fee. However, I'm so confident this is going to work for a lot of you folks out there. So then I'm going to waive it. And I appreciate for you sticking around and watching this episode, okay? This is good. It's also an exclusive offer because there's other... I've been with ReachLocal for a long time. I'm certainly not the only marketing partner they have. They got many out there, and they all charge the setup fee. So I against the advice of the people at my powers to be ReachLocal, they say don't do this. I still offered because I think this is a great program, and I think I feel that if you try this out, you're gonna love it. If it works, you're gonna keep on with it, and we're okay. Okay, you're gonna try this for a month. You're going on for the next several years about this. Okay, one thing that has to happen here, though, your business must qualify to be able to for us to be able to run this campaign. Okay, as I mentioned earlier, you cannot run concurrent with other parallel ReachLocal campaigns. So if there's a competitor already running ReachLocal, unfortunately, we can't work with you. However, okay, if there is no real other ReachLocal campaigns out there, you'll be locked into this system. Nobody else your competitors can't use it. So you have the added advantage of having the most powerful search engine marketing system exclusively to you. Okay, and of course, all this is going to be free review. So. Okay, so we want to make sure it's all working before before we take your money, for lack of better terms. All right. So anyway, how to start this? And bear with it. This is going to be pretty new here. I just started kind of posting my videos on Facebook as well as everything else. I usually do YouTube and everything, and the website. If you're on Facebook and you're seeing this video here, there should be a button somewhere that will let you send a message to us via Facebook. Okay. Press on that. Say, hey, I'm interested in the ReachLocal campaign, and we'll click to send some information for you and call you back, all that good stuff, or click some information through Facebook. Right. Another option is go email us at info@primeconsult.net, or easier way, just call us. It's okay. 760-247-4814. 9 times out of 10, the best way to do it. Okay. So anyway, that said, I hope, like I said, I hope this information is useful to you, and you find it useful, please do a big favor. Like the Facebook page, subscribe to the YouTube channel, subscribe to the podcast show. Okay, we've been doing 134 episodes here and going here. Been doing it for years. I love doing this because I love helping people, by the way. And so if I'm helping you, please help me. And all this information, to the links to the YouTube channel, podcast show, and all that stuff, go to primeconsult.net, PRIMECONCPTS.net. All the links to the YouTube channel, the Facebook page, and the podcast show are all right there. And that's how everything all works. So anyway, I appreciate you guys hanging on here and listening to all this here. And I hope you become successful. And I hope you see the next one. Hang around for the next episode. So anyway, that said, I'm going to close this off and tell you and ask you to wish you good luck and Godspeed to your online success. We'll see you next time.